So Mikhail Gorbachev gave us this tank. He gave us an old-ass tank. But Don just said they need to give us all the ones they have in Ukraine, the new ones. It's funny. That's what I was laughing at. But yeah, this is Soviet-era tank. And an old-ass Soviet tank. And this is called the half-track because its tires end tread. I've never seen so many Army vehicles in one. Did a really good job of recreating masonry here. This is an incredible set. This place is remarkable. I've never seen so much military stuff in one museum. Even the National World War II Museum in New Orleans didn't have this much stuff. I'm greatly impressed. Sherman tank. Yes, sir. I don't want to be on the wrong end of this one. We're in the Desert Storm section. This is some serious metal here. I mean, I can't imagine anything getting through the side of this. That is a big bad boy, Donnie. Look at that tread. This is like a modern tank compared. I don't know.
Show them how they were going. There's no window.
I don't know, but that's a big gun. Gun sights. Vietnam era. Alright, I have Chris here with the museum. He's going to give a little information on World War I tanks.
Prior to World War I, the United States did not have a tank. So George Patton got with his leaders and they came up with the French-based tank. And this is the 1917. Now the spades on the side of this tank was a company that Patton was with. They all were identified by 4 different companies: the the heart, the diamond, the spades, and the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
So the spade would show that this was accompanied by George Patton.
And this is a spade tank over here.
That is the spade tank, which would be his company.
Wow. Well, that's incredible. Thank you for the information. You've been wonderful, Chris.
And this is actually a 2-man tank. So you'd have the driver, and then right behind the driver would be your gunner. He'd sit on a little strap right behind him.
Wow.
This is not 100% original, but it has 90% of this tank does have original parts on it. Only about 20 of these tanks are known to exist. And we have one of them here.
Wow. Great museum. Thank you so much. Everybody here is so nice, and it has more military equipment than I've ever seen in a museum before. Thank you so much, Chris.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
I hope I can answer any more of your questions.
Everybody visit the museum and military museum in Vincennes. It's quite incredible. Thank you.
Sterilization truck, where there's a big boiler system in the back of it, and they'd throw whatever was burnable in the boiler to heat it up, and they'd sterilize their surgical equipment from that.
The only one left in the world.
Of course, sadly, this truck does not function. It does not run. We do have the engine and everything for it. It's just not in it.
Well,
we'd like to have another one.
The only French ambulance truck of its kind in the world, and Vincennes Military Museum has it. And Chris has been really great in giving us information on it.
One of these trucks, it wasn't good.
Cutting off limbs in World War I, not just Civil War.
Yeah.
Well, we've come a long way.
Yes, we have. Being airplanes and tanks and stuff is this one. But this airplane is untouched. It's actually flyable. This is 1943 Sterling. This is what they would have trained World War II soldiers in to fly. This is a non-military plane now.
And
So,
this was donated, you said,
this
by
is
a
donated by a
97-year-old
World War II.
general.
Don't ask who, I'm not 100%. But he wanted to fly it here. And the license had expired on the aircraft itself, and the family would not let him renew it. So they actually had to tear the plane apart and truck it here, or he would have flown it in.
Wow.
They had a bullet sitting in the piston.
This guy Chris is great. He's full of knowledge, and he's just so helpful and so willing to talk about what he loves.
This was shot down. Where exactly, I'm not 100%, or even where it even came from. But I do know when they pulled the head off of it, it had a bullet laying on the piston where it was shot down. Now, the hole on the side of the cylinder, I do believe, has been filled in. So when you look at it, you can't see it. It fired 6 of these.
Wow. So how big is that?
106 millimeter.
On an anti-tank mounted on a Jeep.
Now what's odd is that to my right is a mule. They'd have these things on mules also.
Wow.